Let's talk about protests that started over the weekend in Bhubaneshwar, and they were fueled by the tragic suicide of 21-year-old Prakriti Lamsal in the Kalinga Institute of Technology in Bhubaneshwar. This found an echo not just across Odisha and India but across the country's borders as well. The third-year B.Tech student was a resident of Nepal, and her family alleges that Prakriti's relationship with the classmate Advik is what led her to take her own life. But what has led to outrage across borders is what followed after the suicide. The institute where Prakriti studied and where she committed suicide stands accused of callousness, negligence and even racism. Eventually, the governments of both the countries had to get involved and finally forced the university to act. Prakriti was found hanging in her hostel room on the 16th of February while the college's annual festival was on. Her family says Advik subjected her to continuous mental harassment, leaving her broken. On the 16th, as soon as news of Prakriti's death spread, students started gathering at the hostel block and sloganeering. The university authorities, in response, sealed Prakriti's room. The copy of a flight ticket doing the round suggests that the accused Advik, who belongs to Lucknow, tried to fly out of Bhubaneshwar that night. Enraged students claim that Prakriti had complained a month earlier at KIIT's International Relations Office about how she was being harassed, but nothing was done. Incensed, on the night of the 16th, the students then ghered out officials of the International Relations Office and sought answers.
Better not to take the food from outside because we don't know they use. So these are the Guillain-Barré syndrome. Precautions to be taken by the whoever gets viral infections like chickenpox.
हमको आपसे सुनिए सर, मेन बात ये कि 4 हफ्ते पहले इधर एक कंप्लेन हुआ, उस लड़की ने बोला कि एक लड़के ने मुझे परेशान किया है, वो मुझे हाथ लगाता है, मैनिपुलेट करता है, मुझे पैसा देता है। उसने किया, सर इधर आया, वो लड़के को बुलाया, उसका 2 भाई है, वो बाहर है, 4 लोग उसको उधर बाहर के रोक के रखे आया और सर ने कुछ भी नहीं किया। सर ने किया, कुछ भी नहीं किया, एक लेटर लिख के छोड़ दिए। उसको सबको पता रहता है। पहली बार हुआ था, दूसरी बार जब आया था तुम थे। मेरा बात सुनिए ना।
The next morning, things got worse. Students from Nepal had called for a protest at 8 on the 17th inside this International Relations Office. But even before the protest could begin, university authorities came to the hostel, allegedly beat up the students and forced those who are from Nepal to leave without any notice. The students say they were given only 10 to 15 minutes to gather up their belongings and go. Teachers were seen on camera telling students from Nepal that the college spends more on them than Nepal's entire budget.
बच्चों को आदमी खिला रहा है, पढ़ा रहा है, फ्री में बिठा के। तुम्हारे कंट्री का उतना बजट होगा, उतना बजट
Pack your belongings and just leave. Or else we will leave and again reason police will come.
Okay. If we leave, the police will come.
Okay,
Okay, you record this also that you have said okay for this. You yourself have said okay for this.
What is our mistake? What is our mistake?
We don't know.
We do not
We don't know what is your mistake. We just know that you compelled us to take this action.
By the time it was 17th evening, these horrifying images had started to circulate on social media. The result? That governments of Nepal and India got involved. The same college that had asked all international students to vacate the campus sine die did an about turn within 24 hours. They then gave another notice and told students who have quote-unquote plans to leave the campus to return and resume classes. The thing is, nobody had plans to leave the campus. They were forced out by the college itself. Here was KIIT trying to be too clever by half. Now, the Odisha government has constituted a fact-finding committee. A criminal case has been filed against Advik Srivastava. He was arrested on the 18th of February from Bhubaneshwar. The Vice-Chancellor of the university has issued a public apology, and the services of 3 college officials and 2 guards has also been terminated. Meanwhile, the lady who you just saw shouting at the students from Nepal has also issued a shamefaced apology.
I'm making this video to apologize for the statements I said on 16th night in the spur of the moment, and I want to communicate that whatever statements I had done, I said are mine and have nothing to do with any of the authority of Kiit University. And if any of my statements has hurted the sentiment of my Nepali students or people of Nepal, I apologize for it sincerely.
Fine, there may be fact-finding committees, there may have been terminations, there may have been apologies. But after all this, the damage has already been done. What this episode has brought out is the dark underbelly of college life and of how foreign students get to bear the brunt of racism, covert or overt. The college may now have apologized and acted, but they have done no favors to India's image, given just how many international students study here across India regularly and in rather happy and hospitable conditions.